I've always been drawn to the darkness, to the places where shadows dance and the unknown whispers in the wind. It's not just a fascination, it's a calling, a pull that I can't resist. To places where the veil between our world and the next wears thin, where the past lingers in the air like a ghostly mist. These are the places that speak to me, that beckon me to uncover their secrets. When whispers led me to Texas, to tales of ghostly hotels and phantom train pushers, I knew I had to go. The stories of spectral sightings and eerie encounters were too compelling to ignore. Texas, with its vast plains and shadowed history, promised a feast for my hungry curiosity. The land itself seemed to hum with the energy of the past. Each town and road a chapter in a long haunted history. This wasn't a vacation, it was a pilgrimage. A journey to connect with the unseen, to walk in the footsteps of those who had long since departed but left their mark on the world. My journey began in Austin, a city pulsating with life, but also harboring its share of secrets. Beneath the vibrant exterior lay stories of hauntings and unexplained phenomena waiting to be discovered. The Driskill, a grand old dame of a hotel with a reputation that sent shivers down my spine. Its halls were said to be haunted by the spirits of those who had met untimely ends within its walls. Built in 1886, the Driskill had seen it all: joy, sorrow, life and death. Its walls had absorbed the emotions of countless guests, each leaving an indelible mark on the hotel's history. And some whispered, death never truly left. The spirits of the past were said to roam the halls, their presence felt in the chill of the air and the flicker of the lights. This was the beginning of my journey into the heart of Texas's haunted history. Stepping into the Driskill was like stepping back in time. The grand facade with its intricate architecture stood as a testament to a bygone era. Inside, the gilded cages of elevators, ornate chandeliers casting long shadows, created an atmosphere that was both majestic and haunting. The light flickered ever so slightly, as if the chandeliers themselves were whispering secrets of the past. The scent of dust and secrets clinging to the air. Each piece of furniture, covered in a fine layer of dust, seemed to hold stories of its own, tales of guests who had come and gone, leaving behind only whispers. It was beautiful, yes, but there was an underlying current of something else, something unsettling. The hallways, with their dim lighting and vintage decor, seemed to stretch endlessly, leading to unknown corners of the hotel. The staff spoke in hushed tones about the little girl, a ghostly figure who had been seen wandering the halls. Their voices carried a mix of reverence and fear, her laughter echoing through the halls long after midnight. It was said that she played tricks on the guests, moving objects and creating cold spots, but always with a sense of innocence. They said she was a playful spirit, but there was a sadness to their words, a hint of a tragic story that lay beneath her playful exterior, a warning I couldn't quite place. The staff's concerned expressions hinted at something more, something they were reluctant to share. My room was on the 5th floor, said to be the most active. The hallway leading to my room felt different, heavier, as if the air itself was charged with energy. The air grew noticeably colder as I crossed the threshold. A chill ran down my spine, and I could feel the temperature drop with each step I took. The hairs on the back of my neck prickled. It was as if an unseen force was watching my every move, waiting for the right moment to reveal itself. I was alone, yet I felt a presence, a weight in the room that was impossible to ignore. It was as if the very walls were alive, breathing, watching me, waiting. The shadows seemed to move, shifting and changing shape, as if they were alive. I couldn't shake the feeling that I was not alone, that something or someone was there with me, hidden in the darkness. Sleep, when it finally came, was fitful, plagued by vivid dreams and a sense of unease. I woke with a start, heart pounding, silence, thick, heavy silence pressed in around me. Then I heard it, footsteps light and quick coming down the hallway, stopping right outside my door. My breath caught in my throat. I sat up in bed, listening intently. The doorknob rattled softly. Terror and fascination warred within me. I wanted to hide, to run, but some unseen force rooted me to the spot. The door creaked open, slowly, agonizingly. I held my breath, my eyes straining in the darkness. The air grew colder, and then I saw her. A flicker of movement, a wisp of white in the shadows. A child, no more than 8, with long dark hair and eyes that seemed to glow with an unnatural light. She didn't speak, but a wave of sadness washed over me, so profound it took my breath away. Then a giggle, high and sweet, cut through the silence. It was gone as quickly as it had come, leaving behind only the faint scent of lavender and a lingering chill. Section 5. Whispers on the Tracks. I left Austin shaken. The memory of the little girl seared into my mind. Her eyes, wide with fear, haunted my dreams, and her voice, a mere whisper, echoed in my ears. I couldn't shake the feeling that I had missed something crucial, something that could have changed everything. But my journey wasn't over. The road ahead was long and winding, filled with uncertainties and shadows. Each step I took felt heavier than the last, as if the weight of the past was trying to pull me back. Yet I pressed on, driven by a need to uncover the truth. Whispers led me south to San Antonio, to a desolate stretch of railroad tracks known as the Ghost Tracks. These tracks were infamous, shrouded in mystery and tales of the supernatural. Locals spoke of strange occurrences, of cars moving on their own, and of ghostly apparitions that vanished into thin air. Legend had it that a phantom entity, the Pusher, haunted the tracks, pushing stalled cars to safety. This entity was said to be the spirit of a child who had died tragically on these very tracks, forever bound to protect others from the same fate. The stories were chilling, yet they drew me in, compelling me to seek out the truth behind the legend, or so the stories claimed. Skeptics dismissed these tales as mere folklore, a way for the community to cope with past tragedies. But for those who had experienced the inexplicable, the Ghost Tracks were a place of reverence and fear. I needed to see for myself, to understand the whispers that had led me here. The air hung heavy with humidity and the weight of untold stories as I arrived at the tracks. The atmosphere was thick, almost tangible, as if the very air was charged with the energy of the past. Every rustle of leaves, every distant sound seemed amplified, adding to the eerie ambience. The silence was broken only by the chirping of crickets and the distant rumble of thunder. The night was alive with sounds, yet it felt profoundly silent, as if the world was holding its breath, waiting for something to happen. The tension was palpable, and I could feel my heart racing in anticipation. A sense of foreboding hung in the air, thick and suffocating. It was as if the very ground beneath my feet was warning me to turn back, to leave this place and never return. But I couldn't. I was drawn to the tracks, to the stories they held, and to the truth that lay hidden in the shadows. I was alone, yet I felt eyes upon me, watching, judging. The sensation was unnerving, as if unseen entities were scrutinizing my every move. I stood there on the Ghost Tracks, feeling the weight of countless stories and the presence of those who had come before me. The whispers on the tracks were more than just tales. They were a call to uncover the truth, no matter the cost. Section 6. The Pusher's Presence. The sun began its descent, casting long, eerie shadows across the tracks. Doubt crept into my mind. Was I chasing shadows, letting my imagination run wild? Then I felt it. A shift in the atmosphere, a sudden drop in temperature. The air crackled with unseen energy. I placed a coin on the tracks, a test, a challenge, silence. Then, a gentle breeze where there was none before. The coin, which had been sitting perfectly still, began to move, slowly at first, then faster, rolling down the tracks as if pushed by an unseen hand. My heart pounded in my chest. Section 7. A chilling encounter. Fear, primal and consuming, threatened to overwhelm me. I wanted to run, to escape the oppressive atmosphere of this haunted place, but I couldn't. Something held me there, rooted to the spot. A cold wind whipped around me, and through the howling wind I heard it. A voice, raspy and weak, whispering my name. Terror lent speed to my steps as I fled, the sound of the ghostly voice echoing in my ears. I didn't look back. I didn't need to. I could feel the presence of the pusher behind me, cold and relentless. Section 8. Seeking Answers. The experiences in Texas left me shaken, haunted by the memories of the ghostly girl and the chilling encounter at the tracks. I sought answers in books, in folklore, in the whispered stories passed down through generations. I learned of restless spirits, of unfinished business tethering them to our world. Was the little girl at the Driskill seeking solace, her laughter a plea for attention? Was the pusher a benevolent entity protecting travellers from harm, or something more sinister, toying with those who dared to trespass on its domain? Section 9. A Haunting Memory. I left Texas with more questions than answers, my mind a whirlwind of doubt and belief. The line between the real and the supernatural had blurred, leaving me questioning everything I thought I knew. But one thing was certain. The memories of my haunted journey would stay with me, a chilling reminder that some things cannot be explained, only experienced. The darkness, I realized, wasn't something to be feared, but understood. It was a part of us all, a hidden world waiting to be discovered, and sometimes, just sometimes, it reached out to touch us, to remind us that we are not alone.